Alright, so we got the cavalry coming in right now. We're going to square up. We're going to bring these boys over here and square up on this side as well. We're going to see what they decide to do because they might try to come in and loop this way. Welcome back, Noodles. It's time for another episode in our Swedish campaign. And guess what? We get to start out by being declared war upon. Like, what in the world? All I did was end the turn. And then this pops up. So we have the United Province declaring war on us with our allies Austria and our allies Great Britain, but their allies are also Austria and their allies are Great Britain. So I don't know. I want to call our friends to help, but I'm afraid that if I do that, I might lose them and they might stay with them. I'm very, very scared as to what's going to happen here, but I don't want to be at war with them. I don't really want to call my allies to help, but I also don't want them, because we made a lot of sacrifice to at least get Great Britain as an ally. What should we do? Should we not call them to help? Should we call them to help? Their power is mighty. We are just strong. They are rich. They are affluent. That means they have a lot more money than us. I guess we're going to take the gamble. Oh, no. We are now at war with them. But we're not at war with anyone else from them. So that's good. But our allies, they're no longer our allies. We have no more allies right now. So we're going to have to figure this out. So our alliances have been broken with Great Britain and Austria. So we are no longer in an alliance with them, sadly. Our trade route is being raided over here by Denmark. And I'm thinking of getting a ship together to go and take these brigs out. So I'm probably going to do that here soon. It does look like they are sending another navy out this way. So they have the money to do navies. I don't see any army on those boats though. So I'm hoping they're not able to do anything with that. But now that we are at war with freaking Dutch. Come on, Dutch people. Why? Trade agreement broken with them. We got a raid over here. Yeah, the Russians are at it again. So, I wanted to name this episode Modernization and Reassessing. I don't know if that'll be this episode. It might be the next episode, because essentially what I want to start doing is modernizing our army more than it already is. I've started to incorporate more modern weapons by putting howitzers in the army now. And then also with our cannons as well. But I'm starting to think about actually recruiting some of these 6-pounder instead. But I'm also looking at too, if we can upgrade, where are you at? Over here, the gunnery school. So we can start getting some of these mortars as well. These battery mortars are actually very helpful as well, which would be nice to incorporate. However, we do not have the technology, I believe, researched yet. So we have to wait until carcass shot, I believe, is researched. Then we can move on to the next upgrade here. Or no, it's not. We have to do this. So where's that at? Okay, we need to upgrade our militia then. So our military barracks. So, okay, never mind. I was misled there. So what we need to do is actually upgrade this. But now that we have lost trade, we haven't lost trade with Great Britain and Austria at least, but we have lost trade with the United Province, so we're down a trade partner now. We could look, wrong button, we could look to see if we have open trade with anyone else, and it doesn't seem like we do. Everywhere else is pretty much off. See if we can request peace from anyone. We're probably going to have to sue for peace, but I need the money right now because we're just at war with everybody, it seems. Now, as far as the United Province, if we look at where they're at, I don't see them bringing an army our way. If anything, they might try to take Hanover. But as long as we keep our army here stationed, and we can go ahead and upgrade what we need. As long as we keep them stationed there, we should be fine to just keep defending it as much as possible. I do wish that we could repair our walls, though. I'm kind of sad that we can't. It's kind of silly that we can't repair our walls, or at least I guess they repair over time. I've never really looked into it like I should have. Denmark, we have been upgrading as well to make it more of an economic powerhouse than it has been. Sweden, our homeland, has also been upgrading to be an economic powerhouse, which we are actually going to go ahead and implement that a little bit more here. As far as the mines go, I don't think we need to worry about it. I don't want any more unhappiness than there already is. We have 2 schools here, which is already causing issues as far as clamor for reform and stuff. So as far as if we take a look here at Stockholm itself, they're pretty much under control, which is good. Looks like there's some animism religion going on, which is interesting. We do have a bit of clamor for reform, but it's not outweighing the others. We do have our garrison repression forces here, but we are going to be moving them out eventually. So what I need to look for right now, first off, we have our horse regiments at least. We have our artillery. I do think I want one more howitzer. So we might go ahead and, we're going to go ahead and grab one more howitzer over here. Mainly because explosive ammo, I looked it up. So explosive ammo is not the greatest, but it's also not the worst. So explosive ammo, the way it works is a light a fuse into the ammo. I was thinking of it more like kind of how percussion shells work, but instead these things might explode in the air. So what we're really looking for is this. So once this gets done, our not mortars, but our howitzers are going to be devastating on the battlefield, or at least more devastating. This, and if we decide to upgrade a quicklime, they'll be super devastating. So that's what we're going to look forward to. We're going to continue to research what we can in our homeland, but we also need to make sure we're restocking our army out here in the field on the eastern front here, because we are getting kind of hammered quite a bit from all sides. So we just need to make sure we're withstanding what we can, upgrading what we can, and recruiting what we can as well. So actually, you know what? Let's not do this. I think what we need to do here, just like I said in the last episode, we're going to combine all that we can. And then we just need to recruit instead. We'll get more out of it if we just recruit. Currently right now, our army over here is not looking too hot. We do not have much troops at all. I'm actually going to disband those boys because it's just not worth having just 7 troops. It's not going to do us any justice. We do have an army here ready to come and march on us. We have our standing army here to help protect Lithuania at all costs, or at best costs. We're waiting to see if we can recruit more from there as well. But we are also hemorrhaging money. So that's the other reason I'm trying to get some of these areas upgraded. This will be done in 2 turns. This will be done in 2 turns. So Denmark will essentially make us more money soon. They are also clamoring for reform here. So the lower populace is not doing too hot right now. We need a bit more, I think, more dragoons here, and that should keep it down. So next turn we'll put some dragoons. So far I think that's kind of it for this turn though. So let's move on. So we're lost even more money right now because Denmark decided to block one of my trading ports, which is not good. So I'm going to need to send a navy or a ship up this way. So if we take a look here at what I've got 2 6 rates, and then I have this brig. Now, I could send the brig after them, but I think one brig versus a bunch of other brigs is not going to pan out too well. Brigs are pretty fast. If I had, what I wish I had was a 6 rate, but I don't have the money right now to upgrade our ports because I haven't really been focusing on that. But if we could get a 5th rate, that would make nice for us as far as being able to take that out. Okay, so we have lost a bit of money because of that, though. So now we're looking at -4 for next turn, which is not good whatsoever. Which means we're gonna have to raise taxes once again. That's gonna piss some people off. But that'll at least ensure we have some money next turn. We were also attacked by Prussia, but I did an auto-resolve because I'm silly and I shouldn't have done that because I lost a lot more troops than I should have, which is pretty lame. But whatever. I guess we're going to have to just deal with it. For the most part right now, we are just kind of trying to get things back in order as best as possible. This army is essentially almost done. We need a bit more linemen just to fill it out, and that will be the end of it there. We could just send this as is to go and at least restock some of these guys. So it would replace some of these units here. So we could send, honestly, we could just send off, let's see. We could just send off the grenadiers and the horse units to come and join this army to fill this out along with what we have and leave the artillery here at home. Or we could send out the artillery and stock them up a little bit more, which is what I think I might end up doing because we need more artillery here. So I could send it all here. You know what? I think that's what we're going to do because honestly, there's not much else I can do at the moment except wait. And the only other thing we're going to have to do is fight this. But I'll probably do this off camera. Or at least you guys won't see it because Navy battles take for freaking ever. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab our army here and we're going to start marching them. So we're going to take everybody but the general. And we're going to leave the general here to maintain order for the most part. And start bringing them out. That is going to piss these guys off for a minute. I'm sorry, going to have to deal with it for the moment. I did want to get one of the dragoons made here, but because of what's going on, it's not going to work. We also have a French Catholic missionaries over here to disrupt Hanover and change our religion to Catholicism, which is going to cause some political or some religious unrest probably. So that's going to be fun. So we're going to send the army here. I'm hoping that, you know, Denmark doesn't decide to actually drop an army down. I don't think they have any armies to drop down, though. It looks like they spent all their money on Navy. So we're going to go take them out real quick. Over here in Russia, or in St. Petersburg, I mean. Looking at the Russians here. Wow, they've already got a 24-pounder howitzer. So we know Moscow. I have my rake here. Moscow is pretty much all maxed out except for... Oh, yep, they're about to get their engineer school. So these guys are way ahead of me when it comes to research. So I've been focused too hard on the military stuff and haven't been able to actually upgrade because we are in such a stalemate as far as everything goes. What I need to try and do is actually go out and fight some of these guys. But given the fact that we have to deal with a lot of their army, it's kind of rough trying to think about doing that correctly, I would say, or in a way where I feel like we could totally take them out. I feel like if we wait another turn, though, we should be fine to where we wait another 1 or 2 turns. We get this army over here, and then we should be able to start taking out some of these Russian troops because there's not much I can actually do at the moment. I mean, there probably is something I could do. I just don't want to leave Lithuania completely unguarded because if I leave them unguarded, some little troop could come through and swipe it out. So I'm trying to leave this in here as best as possible. And then I can send this army out along with the reinforcement troops to go and take them out, but within range of these guys being able to possibly support them. So that's what I'm trying to look at while we just kind of hold it off over here before going to take the Prussians out. Because the Prussians are pretty much almost donezos. I know I've said that at the last few episodes, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this 6 rate and I'm going to go and try and... Well, no, I can't. Never mind. Because I have to get my dragoons out this way to knock them out first. But I will take this 6 rate and we're going to go and raid this trading port. So we're going to raid this trade route for right now, which is to the Spanish and also the Dutch, so we're going to piss them off. Meanwhile, these guys are still blockading their main port, which is still kind of funny to me. So next turn, what we'll try and do is take out those guys. So that's pretty much it for right now. So Sweden's on strike. They're not too happy at the moment. That's fine. We are going to lower down the taxes because we want people to be happy. So we're going to lower them back down to low. Oh, shoot. Well, I don't know. Maybe if I don't spend money, we'll be okay. But let's go ahead and grab these guys. Let's move them out. Make sure that I can actually target them. All right, there we go. And we're going to start marching them this way. And get them closer. So we're trying to supply the western or the eastern front with a bunch of troops as best as possible to try and take some of these guys out. Boy, I don't know why frame rates are kicking the way they are. There's a lot of smoke though, so we have a lot of issues right now with raids and with these guys coming through and costing me money. So let's try and fix some of this up as best we can. All right, that's enough because I can't really do much else. We are going to go ahead and kick these guys out. And now I'm going to go and take out their navy, hopefully with my 6 rate. If it doesn't work, then crap. But if it does work, then awesome. Just making sure what that is. Construction is done. So Denmark should be making more money soon. So that's the good thing. Okay. I'm going to go fight this, and I will see you guys after that battle. Man, that took forever. Oh my gosh. I got it done though. And the good thing about it is we got 6,000 monies for that. So we're going to sell all of those because there's no point in getting any of this. So yeah, boom. Take that, Denmark. So now that we have soldiers here, we're going to go ahead and park these guys into here. And then we're going to repair. Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. I don't have it where I can put them in a port either anywhere close. So, ooh, that's a bummer. That's okay, though. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and get this so we can get ourselves a 5th rate within the next turn. We're also going to go ahead and use the money to upgrade our military academy so we can go ahead and get that so we can continue with our research and make things better. And we are going to you know what? They seem okay right now. I think we're going to go ahead and get a dragoon force over here just so we have somebody policing the area for the moment. I think that'll be good. Meanwhile, we're still moving these guys over, and that's going to be... Oh, why the stuttering? Oh, frame rates. It's probably because of the smoke. I don't know why the smoke is like so intensive. And I know my rig can handle it, but whatever. I'm going to go ahead and end the turn there. All right, so... Oh, I got to get out of the smoky area. Yeah, that's what's causing it. I think it's also, too, when I use the WASD keys to move the map around, sometimes it freezes up that way, too. It seems like using the middle mouse button to just drag the map seems to work a little bit better. But that's just, you know, playing these older games on a modern system is sometimes a little wonky. Don't know why, though. You would think it wouldn't be. A public servant dies. Oh, no. Was that my old guy? Yeah. Oh, no. We have a bad justice now. Let's put him there because he's got better stars. So we're going to put him there instead. 52. That'll work. +1 to happiness, which is great. All right. Should be good for him. He at least does good for some management and all. So that'll work out. Okay. Oh, that sucks. That guy that they had in there was no bueno. Okay, let's take a look at our research because we don't need to be researching, I don't think, any of that stuff anymore. Or I guess we could, I guess. Because as much as I want to grab this, I don't see any benefits for it. So if we look at this, this is going to improve our grape shot. Okay, fine. This is going to give us +5 recruitment costs for all naval units, but it's going to give us also +10% top speed of ships in battle and +5% movement range of the ships across the map. Then over here, we'll negate the plus 5% recruitment cost with this by allowing us minus 5 percent recruitment cost for all naval units. So whatever, these two are going to cancel each other out, but at least we'll get the plus 10 top speed and plus 5 more movement range. So that'll work out when we can get some trade ships going to go and take those trade lanes once again. What we want to do though, so over here we need to repair that. We wanted to get this upgraded, but we can't. So we're going to bring this over to our main port and we'll retrain them there. That way we can upgrade them. As far as our policies, everybody seems okay still, so that's good. We'll keep that as is. Trying to make sure we have enough money to maintain what we need to do. Okay, so here's the war plan. So let's go ahead and repair that. Can't repair that, that's too expensive. We have 921 goldies left over. We can combine those guys. That's going to cost 100. So we'll do that. That'll give us at least 1 recruitment. So we're going to go and recruit line infantry here. Just to keep it supplied in Stockholm, because Stockholm's going to be our main recruitment source from home. And we're just going to start shipping the armies abroad. Mainly because Lithuania right now is just constantly under siege and I'm not able to produce armies like I would like. And then same over here. Actually, you know what? Let's cut this one. Big brain thoughts. Let's recruit them here because we need to get this army rebuilt. That's right. So as we're rebuilding this army, so far so good. We need to get this cannon rebuilt too. So next turn, hopefully we'll have the money to do so. But for now, we have these units. We're going to depart into Courland. And then we're going to merge. So these guys are in range to where they'll come effectively to come and help out fighting against any of these dudes. So that's what we're going to do. The bad thing is that I know for a fact, pretty sure if I go out and do this, Poland's going to come after me. So what we could do is bring the armies together to go after Poland itself and fight them in the field. But again, I don't think we have the substantial force to do that at the moment. So what we are going to do is go ahead and grab all of these guys, convert them into this army. We're going to take one of the howitzers and put it in there. So now we have a 20 stack. And then these guys are going to go into this army and just supply them with way more artillery to deal with them trying to break in. I think that'll eviscerate that problem. Then these guys, we need to finish revamping them once we can. So, like I said, this might be the management modernization episode. I think that's what I'm just going to stick with for right now. Might not be too many battles, if any at all, in this one. Even though we had that one in the beginning. Or did we have one? Darn it, I can't even remember right now. Like and subscribe for my poor memory. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and we're just going to take... We actually don't even have to worry about it right here right now. They're actually doing all right. So we can leave them be without anybody there to govern. Or at least hold the peace for the most part. Okay. And that should end it for there as we get ready to prompt up coming after the Russians and kicking them out of here to make me feel more safe to go after Poland and finish these guys off once and for all. Because that's their last army. That's all we need to do. But I don't want to give up Lithuania just yet. So we're going to try and plan this out accordingly. All right. Crush is attacking. It's just 2 guys. I'm not even going to record it. I'll just beat you guys after. Easy peasy. Took them out. We only lost 3 guys. I wasn't going to take the chance on an auto-resolve that time just because we lost so many guys in the last auto-resolve that I did, which was almost the same forces that they sent in. So, you know, wasn't going to do that. But I also realized, too, we also have the fire shot now, the car crash shot, or however you call it. And that was pretty nice as well, although I don't think my howitzers got any kills. Yeah, this one got 2. They weren't in a good angle when I had them shooting, so hopefully we'll get to see that on an actual field battle soon. So our trade route was raided again. We made some money, but because of them raiding us, we lost a bit of that money. Let's see. Nice, nice, nice. Cool, I like all that. And we got our boys recruited over here in St. Petersburg, which is great. We're going to continue to do that, along with working on our economy as well, as best as possible. And let's see. There is potential to sue for peace, so we can get some peace with the Netherlands and maybe peace with Spain. But as for right now, we're just going to continue to annoy them with war. But we have 3 Russian armies out here to try and fight us, which is not great. They have pretty good artillery, so I'm a little worried about that. But I'm hoping that we will be able to outman them. So we're going to go ahead and send this army over. And now these guys are essentially maxed out as far as artillery. They have a buttload of artillery. Let's see. These guys themselves, we should be a pretty substantial match to go against anyone here. But I know we don't want to go up against... we might be able to kill them with just this army alone. Don't know about taking them, though. I'm more worried about taking out these guys, because the Russians are all together. But I also want to make sure we're well defended here, so we can't really make a move just yet. I want to see what the Russians do. We're going to just continue to recruit over here. And let's take a look at our port. One more turn, and then we should be able to recruit at least 1 5th rate. After we get that 5th rate, we should be able to go out and do a little bit of pirating. That's what we're going to have to do to make some money here. I'm going to have to go out and try and attack some of these naval units and start pissing a bunch of people off by being Swedish pirates. So we're going to figure something out here. Worst case scenario, we lose a boat, but it won't be that bad. Okay, so we can't really recruit anybody else, I don't think. Recruit a militia. We don't need those stinking demi cannons. We don't need another howitzer. So I think we're good right now. We're going to leave it be as far as any more recruitment. I think we're good. We've got 2 armies out here on the east. I just want to see what they're going to do before I decide to run in or run out or anything. The one thing I wanted to do, I guess we could recruit 1 militia troop. So that way I can put 1 militia troop in here. And that should hold us off. I don't like using militia, but it's going to be something for right now. Okay, we need to get at least 1 battle in here, so we're going to go ahead and do this one together with everybody. They've come back with their forces that they got decimated, but they have these horse artillery now that they're bringing in. I guess to wreak havoc on my guys, but we're going to show them a thing or two. See you on the field. Alrighty then. So, we're going to go ahead and pretty much get everybody set up. We've got these guys doing focus fire on our boys over here, so they're doing what they do. We're gonna try and see if we can meet them with just the right amount of force with our courses here to reach around and see if we can snap them. Now these guys are heading towards our guys, so we're gonna make sure we're gonna try and trick them. See if we can get these guys to come and pay attention to them, because they are not going to be able to match our horses. No way, not no how. I ain't letting them. We're going to go and take out this whole swoop. Oh yeah, here's the fire shot. So it does act like a cone. So you want to try it. I want them to try and aim in the front here, and that'll help out. Oh, you know what? I need to turn that off. Turn that on. If we were to have anything. So now we're going to grab everybody together and come and take them out. While they're doing that, we are going to get our boys together here to fire on them. Same thing here. We're going to just kind of center ourselves. We're going to knock out these cannons. Get them, boys! Kill them like the dogs they are. We're going to turn off that. We're going to let them focus fire on those guys for a bit. See if we can go ahead and grab these guys now. Cavalry making quick work of these horse artillery. Let's take a look here just to make sure we're doing all right. We got their horsemen coming through. Didn't do too hot. We're going to have these guys aim this way, though. I'm not going to let them fire. I just want them to redirect their aim. Okay. Meanwhile, we should be able to take those guys out easy. Come on, y'all can do it. Yeah, there we go. Knock them all out. That way we don't have to worry about them. Take out these Prussians. Alright, now we're going to... Actually, before we charge, let's try and get these guys relined up here because I want to make sure they actually can do something. Get these guys to kind of pause for a minute. That way it staggers what they do. Alright, they're just chilling. We're going to let them rest up for a second. I don't see anybody trying to come and get us at the moment. So I want to say we should be good. These guys are doing their job. They're firing at will. There we go. Couple of pot shots. Meanwhile, our boys are taking out these dragoons over here, which is rather funny. Let's see if we can get a shot off. Devastating once they actually start hitting. Same here. We're going to go ahead and grab these and stagger. Now we're going to go and fight these guys. They do have some dragoons over here, but doesn't look... Oh, wait. No, those are the guys that they sent in. Never mind. That's just their horses standing out, so we don't have to worry about them. Let's get rid of these guys, and we should be able to call it a day. Fast forward it here because we don't really need it to be slow at the moment. Our boy's doing rather nicely, taking them out, and bam. Easy peasy. Alright, so we were able to take them out. We only lost 34 guys. That's not even bad at all. Pretty sure my horsemen got most of the kills. Yeah, my regiment of horse. These line infantry did really well. But once again, these howitzers, they're not doing what I would like them to do. So, alright, this is what I've been waiting for. Okay, so they have themselves a 24-pounder, but they also have a demi-cannon, which is kind of funny. They still have that. It almost makes it look like this is one of their starter armies. We definitely outmatched them when it comes to firepower, but we are not fighting them on the field. We are going to be fighting them within the fort. So get ready for another fort battle, because here it comes. Welcome to the battlefield. I hope that we are able to do this correctly, because geez Louise, this is not going to be good if we can't pull this off. We got a few holes in our fort, so that's going to be fun to deal with. And then we got the rest of these guys. I'm trying to make sure everybody here is kind of grouped together. We got all of our people the way they need to be. We have 3 howitzers at least, which is going to be nice with carcass shot. So that should be able to take out a lot of these guys as they are on the approach. We do have fire at will off on them for right now though, because I'm going to turn it on individually. and have them actually target stuff individually. So that way we have a constant bombardment effect. That's what we're going to go for. I'm actually going to put these guys right here. Should be fine. That way we have the general kind of out of the way. He's in the center. So, and then we have our horse troop here. But this one seems to be not hidden. So I'm going to try and use them to go and circle around and knock these guys out. But I am worried about these Hussar coming around and stopping me. So I'm hoping everybody decides to come through here, which is going to be the main goal, instead of coming through any of these entrances here. I have some people here to stop as soon as I can, if need be. But we're going to have the cannons pretty much firing non-stop once we get close, or once they get close enough. Alright, so now that we got everybody kind of close, we're going to go ahead and start firing. And we're going to go ahead and get these guys ready to go. Alright, so it didn't do exactly like I wanted, but we can at least try and make do with this hole here and try and prevent them from coming in any further. Alright, we got these guys coming in. I got some people in the tower here as well, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to knock some of them out. Let's see, I don't want them to fire just yet. I don't see them. I want them to circle around here. Alright, try to fire. If they get close and touch the cannons, I mean, that's just what's going to happen. I'm trying to prevent it, though. I do have a troop here. Alright, we got to get these guys out of the way because I don't need them going and attacking these guys. But we are going to swing our cavalry around here as best as possible. We do have some Hussars coming through. Our guys are getting shot. I want to see what they do. They might turn. Alright, we're going to go and charge them. Alright, this is what I was afraid of. I knew this was going to happen, so our right flank is kind of getting hit pretty hard at the moment. Nothing I can do about it at the moment, so we're going to have to just kind of let it happen. Alright, so what we can do actually, try and focus fire over here to see if we can hit some of them. Yep, there goes one of the cannons. Try and get these guys to snipe them a bit as best as possible. Alright, we're holding the line here firmly. The Hussars are getting beat by my regiment, which is great. See if we can take out some of these Streltsy with our heavy swordsmen. Heavy cavalry, I mean. I'm hoping I don't lose my cavalry, though, because I need them so I can take out the rest of the cannons for them. We're going to retreat these guys back a bit. Alright, these guys are good. We don't have to worry about them. These guys are good. They're going to need some help here soon, but I want to make sure we're at least attacking them. Let's see. Nobody coming from the back, so we're going to bring these guys up for reinforcements. Bring them up to the wall. Alright, we're going to have a few fire them. Same thing, we're going to limber these guys up, turn them around, and just in case we need to fire upon them here. These guys not doing so hot. My horsemen are gone. These Streltsy. Alright, they're backing off. Let's see if we can redirect and take out some of these cannons. I just want to take out a couple. Just a couple. We'll do a head-on attack. Go, boys, go! Go! Do it for Svenka! Do it! No! Don't get distracted! Disrupt them! Do it! Come on! Do it for Sweden! Yes! They're out. Alright, we lost our cavalry. That's fine. We'll be able to make it back here soon. No worries. Okay, so our mortars, I think they're... Or our howitzers, I think they're done firing. They're good. Don't have to worry about them. Now we need to get everybody together to go after these cannons on the side. Once we can take care of these dudes as well. Alright, so we got the cavalry coming in right now. We're going to square up. We're going to bring these boys over here and square up on this side as well. We're going to see what they decide to do because they might try to come in and loop this way. Meanwhile, cannon-wise, nobody's firing. There's not really much artillery usage at the moment, which is fine. We can do what we got to do. We are going to limber these guys up, though, because there's no point in holding them there anymore. I guess these guys are just going to fire when they can, it seems. Alright, let's get you guys out of the way. Bring them like right here or something. Alright, fire at will. And then I have my grenadiers. Gonna bring them into the fold. Move them up. Alright, our boys are doing relatively well right now. I'm gonna pull these guys out and push these guys in. These guys are exhausted, so we're gonna give them some time to rest while these guys go. If not, these guys are just gonna get slaughtered, so. Go, boys, go! Alright, we're gonna toss a couple of grenades in there if we can. Hopefully not blow our guys to smithereens, but... Blammo! Do you guys like baseball? Might blow myself up a little bit here, but it might be worth it. This troop is down to 26, so we're gonna use our grenadiers as best as possible here. Once again, grenadiers! Launch! Retreat, 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 come back. Hey, don't shoot my boys. All right, let's try and form these guys up. And we're gonna reload. Our boys are about to retreat here, so we've got our best units kind of in the way we need it to be. We're gonna send these guys off this way actually, so we can get them a little bit better angle. And then maybe line these guys up here. They're just very tired now, which works. These guys are shaken and exhausted, so those guys are willing to break here soon, I think. Get our grenadiers lined up and ready to go. Ready? Fire! Alright, throw those grenades. And once again, grenades. Take out them guards. These guys are elite troops, so we want to make sure we take them out fast as possible. Alright, that shattered them, so that's great. So we don't have to worry about them anymore. Let's take a look at our right side. These guys are very tired. Let's bring them back. If I can. There we go. Make a double line, or sort of a triple line, but you know, it'll work. We're gonna let these guys come in so we can just shoot them, hopefully. Turn fire at will on for these guys so they can start hitting from the flank. We're gonna speed it up a little bit. Alright, they are out. We got another group coming in. Cannon, 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 Nick cannon, cannon. Alright. So we got horse people coming in, but they decided to leave. Alright, these guys are now broken, very tired. Alright, so I was able to bring my boys around, which worked out nicely. So we're going to bring these guys in and finish them off. Just big old lines, to be quite honest. I don't even care about doing the fire by rank. I'm just going to do what we do. Meanwhile, these guys are going to do the exact same thing. We're going to bring these guys around the back and see if we can knock them out. That'll take care of them. We don't have to worry about those guys. And then we should be able to take these guys out now. Booyah! Okay. I was a little bit rushed at the end there, but I just got kind of tired of waiting, so we used the fast forward. So I'm sorry if the battle wasn't super exciting at the end there, but for a little bit there, it was getting a bit hairy. So I'll see you back on the map. And with that, we got a heroic victory out of that. We lost only 431 men, which is still not great, but it'll do. They lost 1,044 of their men, so their army is greatly weakened than us. Our best kills was our artillery, actually. They did really well. The howitzers, once again, still not really getting the money's worth, I think. I'm not seeing too much with them. So I'm trying to figure it out as far... I know once we can get percussion shells, it'll be a lot more devastating, but that's way down the tech line. So I don't know. We'll have to see if I modernize the army with those like I want to. So we'll see how it works out. Oh no! The King Carl XII has died. Well, the king has died. A black shroud of mourning over the land. May his soul be preserved in heaven. Let his wisdom pass to those who will succeed him. So who is our new royal? Adolf Frederick I. Okay. Following a grand ceremony in their capital city, this nation has crowned a new king. We're going to have to look at him real quick. And then we also had a public servant die, Stein Hailstrom, so we're going to have to see who that was. Because I don't keep track of the men. Alright, not too bad. He is also 66 years old, so that's great. All right, well, you know, we're going to have to see how he does. He does give at least a +1 to management into the lower classes, so that's good. Let's see. Ministries. I think it was our army guy. Might have been him. They're just going through and checking everyone's ages. Everybody looks fine. The head of state I'm still worried about. He's definitely next. So we'll see how he goes once he goes. All right. Well, let's see. If I lower taxes, everybody is not happy right now. So if I lower the taxes at the moment, how's that going to do? Not too bad. So we'll be okay if we lower the taxes a tad. All right. Well, we played defensively here because there wasn't really much else we could do at the moment. We also need, now that we have it, we need to get ourselves a 5th rate. So we could go with an admiral 5th rate, which would give us at least an admiral, so there's better, I would say better morale, potentially, but for cheaperness, we're going to go with just the regular 5th rate for now. Okay, now that we've got that recruited, so we can start going and being pirates, we're going to take this boy and put him back into the main little navy here. And let's take a look-see. We need to get enough recruitment again to where we have people maintaining our lands. We could go ahead and do this. But I also think, too, we need to do some recruitment. I guess we could go up to the next one, but cost-wise, it's not really that great. I'll wait till we can do that later, because right now it's not going to help us at all. We need to worry about getting some of these other areas souped up before we can worry about going to these palatial estates or so. All right. I want to do at least one more turn before we end this, because this episode has gone on quite long. But like I said, this is kind of the modernization maintenance one. I would call this part 1, because the next episode is going to be pretty much the same. So we've almost got that going. We need to get that hopefully next turn. So I kind of want to save some money by not recruiting or doing anything, because if we save that money, we can slap that into there and go ahead and start getting the upgrades. I would also like to do it over here as well, so St. Petersburg has better recruitment than what we've got so far. But I don't also want to invest in St. Petersburg at the moment, just because we need to worry about Lithuania and their stuff for the moment. So as of right now, we are going to go ahead and just once again merge everybody. Once we get everybody merged, yeah, because there's not like an auto merge button. I do like those auto merges. We lost our heavy cavalry, which kind of sucks. I was expecting them to do more, so we're just going to get a cheaper regiment of horse instead. We're not going to worry about the heavy cavalry at the moment. We are going to revamp this cannon. And then we are going to revamp these soldiers and these grenadiers. We are going to keep that. We're going to recruit one more grenadier. And we should be good. Now, if we look at this Russian army, they shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Like, even with these guys, I'm more worried about this army. Well, not even then. I still think we could probably take them. Then you have this one over here, which we could get rid of. Because these guys need to go and attack and get some experience. And then, because I want to bring the fight to where we have 2 armies here at Lithuania, and then I can march out and start taking out everybody. So that's what we're going to do. I know I didn't save the money like I said I was going to, so whoops. Over here, I thought I put a church school here. Did I not do that? I could have sworn I put a church school over here. We're going to put a church school over here. Because they are wrecking us as far as that stuff goes. And then we need to get the rest of the stuff repaired. So, okay. Lots of talking, not a lot of action. I'm sorry. I know this episode wasn't super exciting. It was more management and trying to get the campaign back on track the way we need it. Because currently, it's kind of gone off the rails. I'm not even going to lie. We've got a lot going on for us here. So, what I'm going to do, I know this is going to put these guys at risk of getting taken over by Poland, because the only reason Poland's not coming over here is because I have this army. I'm pretty sure that's the case. But I need to get rid of these guys. And I don't want to use this army much more. I want to be able to use this new army that I have so we can start working on them, getting them some experience. So we're going to go ahead and bite the bullet and send these guys out at risk of losing it to Poland. I'm going to hope that we don't lose it to Poland, but if we do, I think if this army gets isolated and we're able to knock these Russians out of the park while still leaving at least one troop here so they come and siege it, but they won't actually attack it, maybe. The plan is to kind of bait them out. So we go and attack them. We take them out, hopefully. Then Poland, probably on the intern, will come over here and either take Koralin or Riga, one of them. Then what we do is on our turn, if we're able to beat back the Russians over here, we'll take this entire army out, except for, you know, this and maybe a weak cannon. And maybe another weak lineman, depending on how what's the word I'm looking for? Replenished. There we go. How replenished they are. We'll take that army out and go and isolate this one Polish army, if not this one, whoever decides to run out. And we'll take them out. Then what we'll do is add a bit more recruitment here after we take back whatever gets lost, because I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. We either come and fight whoever might siege us, because I'm trying to plan 10 turns ahead here. I'm trying to look at what they can possibly do and what can we do in that. If we come and fight this army is in reach of this one helping, not so much this one helping. So I'm not worried about them, but they might come back and attack. It's this army and this army that I gotta fight. I think we're in reach with these guys to help out. So we should be, because we've got quite a bit of reach here. So we should be able to come and help them out here. But again, Poland, I'm pretty sure is going to come and take one of those once we leave. Then once we establish or get Russia out of here and establish this once more, we should be able to knock them out. Or at least leave a little bit of an army here while we take the main two armies to go and take Koenigsberg and wipe out Poland completely. I'm hoping next turn we can take out Poland outright. Once we take Poland out outright, that's one less enemy for us. Then we can worry about going either into Russia, which is probably not going to happen. I'll probably just keep a defensive going. But the main goal, I think, after taking out Poland is going to be taking out Prussia entirely. So Prussia itself, you know, they have an army here. Ooh, they got superior linemen right here. So, you know, they can't build anything at this port as far as ships go. So they're kind of screwed right now. I've been able to withstand them staying there with this blockade. So this has been very helpful. So the only way they could get across is coming through here to get to us. They have a pretty expensive looking army at the moment. We take a look. Demi cannons. I don't know why they recruit demi cannons. That's just funny. This army is pretty strong. The Jerryman cavalry, the provincial cavalry, they're not the greatest. I mean, they'll run down, they'll do some damage. So I'm not going to underestimate them. But the fact that they have these superior line infantry, that's going to be something for our cannons to try and take care of. Because if not, we're going to get screwed. However, again, if we keep our defensive here in Hanover, we should be fine. Because they're going to have to come through the fort. That's the only way they're coming through. And with the defenses we have set up, we're not letting them come through the fort easily. Even if they sent both of these armies over to attack us, I still think we could outmaneuver them. Easy peasy. But Now that we got the block, since we have the blockade, they can't transport. And they haven't been able to build any ships. I've stopped them from doing that. All right. So now you guys know kind of the plan. Once I'm able to beat back Russia, or we're going to go after Poland and try to officially knock them out. Once we officially knock out Poland, we move down here to Warsaw, Poland, and take out the Prussians here. Or we might just come over here and take out West Prussia first, then come down here to Poland, to Warsaw, take out Warsaw. Then these two armies will continue marching this way to eventually meet up with the army from Hanover, because I'm eventually going to bring them into the mix as well. And we're going to take Brandenburg by force. And then come and take Saxony and knock them out as well. That's the goal. Meanwhile, we keep a defensive army in St. Petersburg. And then once we've gotten rid of our two enemies here in Central Europe, and I guess you could call this Eastern Europe, of course. Once we take them out, we will focus all our forces, if not all, maybe one. We'll keep one at least still over here in Hanover region just to defend against Spain and the Netherlands. But to be honest, if they want to stay at war with us, I might just take two armies and go and take out the Netherlands. We're going to move on to Moscow, and I'm going to send a small troop to go and spy on Karelia just to see what they look like. And then we'll go and take out Karelia next. Well, then we'll try to go with peace, but I think at that point we should have pretty much all of our areas that we need. Just to go over it one more time, not to bore you guys, I'm just kind of checking in the list here. Because I want to get this campaign done. I'm not going to lie, I want to move on to a new campaign. So I'm trying to get this done before we hit the 30 video mark, or at least before the 40. I want to, if we have to keep this going in the 30 episodes, we will, but I'm trying to knock it out as quick as possible. So the episodes are probably going to get a little bit longer, you guys. So I hope you guys are here for it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But we need to take Brandenburg. Once we get, that's one of our places. The next one that we need is Karelia up here. So we take Karelia, we get that knocked out, and then we got to take Moscow. So we take out Moscow. And we need Poland. So we got to take out, we got to get our region of Poland over here. So we don't even need this, and we don't even need this. Nor do we need that or that. I'm just doing it for the expanse of my own empire to make us stronger, have better areas as well. And we also need it anyway because we need to have total total regions is 25. So we still need to get the 9 that we need, and then we have to fill in that 25. So after we get what we need, we'll take a look at the rest of Europe and see what they want to do. But I think at that point, once we get to where we need to go, or at least once we get what we need for our main stuff, I'm actually looking at coming and either taking out Spain and coming to take over the north of Africa. I think that would be fun. Just to get over here to the Ottomans. We won't go to war with the Ottomans unless we have to, but I'm going to try not to. But I feel like taking out the Spanish, because that would be fun. We may or may not take out the French. We might leave the French alone. Great Britain, we might leave alone. I don't see a reason to come and take them. I don't really want Europe. I want what we need in Europe, but I don't want to take over Europe. My eyes are on either the colonies, so we come to America and start taking over areas in North America, and start taking over areas in South America. Or we make an expedition to go to India and take over India. So we will see what we decide to do once we reach that point. But until then, Noodles, stay safe out there and toodaloo.